Chapter 5. Onigawara by Dieto. In Japan during the 17th century, a demonic creature named Onigawara roamed the land. Onigawara was made of fire and ash, with eyes like glowing embers and a head shaped like a horned demon. His origins were shrouded in mystery, with some believing that the gods created him to guard holy sites while others thought he was the product of a cursed union between a human and a demon. One fateful night, Onigawara found himself lost in the countryside. It was pitch black, and there was no one around. No one dared to go out at this hour. Eventually, he stumbled upon a small farmhouse hidden under poplar trees. In front of the door stood a large beech tree, and Onigawara knew that this was the place he had been searching for. With a wicked grin, he slithered up to the window and started clawing at the wooden frame. But little did he know that the farmer's wife, a determined woman, was inside the house. Her husband was away on business, and she had no fear of staying home alone. "Go ahead, I'll be fine," she had told her husband. It was about 8:30 in the evening. The servants and the maid had been in the rooms in the back of the farm for hours and were already asleep. They couldn't work in the dark anyhow, and they had an early start the following day. The mistress wanted to wait a little longer, thinking maybe her husband would be home sooner than expected, when she suddenly heard a rumor. Her heart thumped wildly as she rose from her chair and tiptoed through the kitchen, her steps as soft as a whisper. Outside, the night was cloaked in darkness, with the moon struggling to peek through the thick clouds that swirled in the wind. But when its light finally broke through, casting a silvery glow upon the path outside the window, the farmer's wife gasped as she saw an unfamiliar figure fumbling at the window. Clamping a hand over her mouth to stifle a scream, she quickly scanned her surroundings, searching for a weapon to defend herself. Her husband's trusty wono axe, which he kept by the fireplace, caught her eye. With careful, measured steps, the farmer's wife made her way back to the fireplace, her eyes darting back to the window every few seconds. She knew she couldn't call for the servants or the maid. They were at the back of the house. She couldn't get out of the kitchen. Her heart pounding in her chest, she took the wono in her trembling hands, feeling slightly queasy with nerves. Summoning all her courage, she tiptoed back to the window, her grip on the wono tightening as she prepared to face whatever was lurking outside. Onigawara's head smashed through the window, but the farmer's wife swung the axe with all her might and struck it with a powerful blow. Onigawara's head tumbled to the ground with a sickening thud, and the farmer's wife breathed a sigh of relief. The commotion woke up the maid and servants, who rushed into the kitchen to find the farmer's wife standing over Onigawara's severed head. They were shocked and terrified at the sight of the demon's head lying on the ground, and they knew that something terrible had just occurred. When the farmer got home the next day, his wife and the people who worked for him were still upset about what had happened the night before. They recounted the story of how the farmer's wife had bravely defended the farmhouse from the demon's attack. The farmer, together with a servant, hung Onigawara's head over the door as a warning to any other demons who might come calling. As word of the farmer's brave act spread through the area, local craftsmen started making their own versions of the Onigawara tiles. These tiles were made to scare away evil spirits by showing different monsters and mythological figures, including Onigawara himself. The tiles became a popular feature in the architecture of Japanese homes and temples, and their use spread to other parts of Asia. Legend has it that Onigawara was stuck in the mortal world and would always be tied to the farm where he had died. Some say that his spirit still haunts the house, seeking vengeance on those who would dare to cross his path. Others, on the other hand, think that he has finally found peace as a result of the farmer's wife's bravery. Regardless of what may be true, the legend of Onigawara's defeat lives on as a testament to the courage of those who stand up to darkness and evil.